Hello all, welcome to the next series of object oriented programming C++, and this unit we are seeing towards inheritance. In the last video we had already started with the introduction of inheritance and what are the different types of inheritance. We'll explore the implementation of inheritance today. So in the last video you had seen the implementation of a program with the use of single inheritance and also got acquainted with what is a protected data member versus private access specifier. So today we are going to implement the programs in C++ for all the different types of inheritance. Now for hierarchical inheritance, as we already know that hierarchical inheritance means a single base class and more than one derived classes. So if we have a college as a class, you can have a class college which has a data member name, and we are deriving the two derived classes, one that is student. So we are taking student as a one which is having its own data member, that is class name. Suppose if a student is belonging to second year or third year or so on, and we are having a third, that is employee class. Now this employee class has its own data member department name. If you see that why we have taken this example as an hierarchical, because all the students belong to the same college, they have a common college name, and employees have a common college name. For example, if we are belonging to college XYZ, so student is also the student of XYZ college is belonging to XYZ, and employee working in XYZ college is also belonging to or having the same college name. So we can share the common properties to derived class. But whereas student has as here there is shown that student is not having or deriving the property of any employee. So when you have taken the inheritance, as we have seen here, class college is being declared with the protected data member name, and we are assigning the name is equal to n in the constructor. We are initializing the value. Now while declaring the class student, we are writing colon public college, because we are sharing the property of college class into the student class using colon, and publicly we are sharing the properties of college class to student class. Student class has its own data member, class string class name. Now while defining the constructor of student class, it is accepting two parameters, one for its own, that is n, it is going to pass to the base class college, and one for its own, that is C, which is being assigned to the class name, that is its own data member. So n it is going to pass to the base class because it wants to access the property of the base class. So it wants to say that I am working in second year and belonging to XYZ college. Now here similarly, employee college or employee class also wants to share the properties of class college. So it is taking colon public college, and it is declaring its own department name as a protected data member. Again it is having two parameters to initialize in its constructor, string n and string d. So n it is going to pass to its base class, that is college, and department name is taking the second parameter d. So three colleges are being defined. So how to write a program, we will see this first. In this program we are writing using in the college, you will have void display function which is college name, and we are writing the name of the college. We are displaying the name of the college. Now in the second class student, which is colon public, we are implementing one function display one, which is displaying the student's class name. And third, we are having a class employee colon public, which is having its own protected data member and has a display to function. Employee department is being displayed department name. Now inside the main function, to access the members of college class can be accessed through student object also, that is a derived class object, because we know that in main function to access the base class object we just create the derived class object. So here student OB and SNJB second year means OB is belonging to SNJB class and is working SNJB college and is in the class second year. So I am writing SNJB will pass to N and second year will be passed to C, then N will automatically be passed to its constructor college and the name of the college will be SNJB. So accordingly, when we write ob.display and ob.display1, we can see that ob.display while displaying the value will display the college name is SNJB, and then ob.display1 same object using object of student class, we are accessing the display function of the base class student college, and again ob.display2, when you are doing this you will get an error because ob is an object of student class and it is not having a relation with employee class. It is not having a relation with employee class. That is why it cannot access the display2 function. In the similar manner, when you are creating an object of employee class, you are passing two parameters, one that is SNJB and second that is computer. So when you display the this is department name and first is the college name. obj.display will call the display function of college class and obj.display2 will call the function of the employee class. Using the object of derived class employee, you are accessing display function of the base class. So this is an example of multiple inheritance, now hierarchical inheritance. Now for example, for multi-level inheritance, suppose if you are having a college name, for the college name you are declaring its own class, class college, then you are having class student. So class student is sharing the properties from class college, that is why we declare class student colon public college and deriving its properties and defining its constructor, calling the base class college. And now we have a third class which is acting as a multi-level inheritance. So you have two levels over here. Result is a base derived class of student class and student is a derived class of college, or vice versa, college is a base class of student and student is a base class of result. So when we have declared class result, you have to have class result colon public student because it is deriving the property from class student. Now result class will have three parameters, one for student, one for college and one for its own. That is why it is having three parameters, string n, string c and string g. N it is passing to the college, string c it is passing to the n it is passing to the college name, c it is passing to the student's class name and g is its own grade. So colon, after that you see it is calling its derived base class student and passing two parameters n and c. So n will go indirectly to college class and c will go to the class name. And while defining the constructor of the class student, you are having n, so indirectly n will come from here and get passed to college. So this is multi-level inheritance. So in case of multi-level inheritance, we will see the implementation. We go with the class college, we go with class student colon public college, this is the second, and we go with class result colon public student. And when we create an object in the derived class, as in previous hierarchical inheritance, we had two derived classes. So we had to create an object of student class also and employee class. Now here we have only one sub derived class, that is result. So using the result class object, you can access the functions of student class also and college class also. That is why we have created just a object of result class OB, which is passing three values, SNJB, second year and 9.4. So SNJB will indirectly be passed to college, second year will be passed to the student and 9.4 is its own grade. And while displaying the value, we are using only OB, since OB is the sub derived class which can access all the functions of its indirect base class as well as direct base class student also. Now we are going to see about multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means two or more base classes and one derived class. So suppose if we are having a class student which is having its own class student name. So class student is not the base class of anyone, so we have just written class student. Then we have employee class which is having its own department name, but it is not a derived class of anyone. That is why we just write class employee. and declare the class employee. Now we are taking both of the students and employee and deriving the properties into the college. So we are taking class college, which is sharing the properties of student as well as employee. So while defining, we declaring the class, we write class college colon, it is sharing the properties from student, that is by writing public student, comma, it is sharing the property from employee also, that is why writing public employee. And accordingly, it is going to have three values, string C, string D and string N. C it will pass to the pass to its own, and so name is equal to C will come. String D it will pass to the employee, and N it is passing to student, and accordingly it should be C comma student C and employee D and here name N. So it is passing C to the student, D to the employee and accordingly N to its own data member. So if you see the program, your class student is there, which is having a display one function and a string class name as a data member. Class employee is having department name as its own data member and display two function. These are having their own constructor initializing value to their own data member. Now class college is taken the value from student and sharing the properties of employee class also. That is why we have written public student colon public employee, and then string name is own class, its own data member. Now while defining the college, we are having string C, string D and string N. We are passing C to the student class and D to the employee class, and N we are taking to its own, that is name, and writing the display 3 function, which is displaying the name of the college. Now while defining the object of the derived class in main, there is only one derived class college, so we declare only the object of derived class OB, and we write second year computer SNJB, where second year is the class name, computer is the department name and of the employee, and SNJB is the college. So we display OB.display1, OB.display3, OB.display2 and OB.display3. So accordingly, this is a program where we can have 2 or more classes as a base class and one derived class, which is multiple inheritance. Now an example of hybrid inheritance, where from a college 2 derived classes are there, student and employee. So we have class student colon public college, class employee colon public college. So this is hierarchical inheritance. Then we are combining student class and employee class and getting result or grade. So this is class result colon public student comma colon public employee. So this is multiple inheritance. When we combine all these types of inheritance, it becomes an example of hybrid inheritance. So this is all we are writing and doing the programs for all types of inheritance and understanding the scope of public, private and protected access specifier in inheritance. We will come with the next video related to implementation of hybrid inheritance. Thank you for watching the video. Do subscribe the channel and like the video. Thank you.